welcome back to the Weekly Mash. We are your bookish sisters, and today's episode has us cracking up before we even hit record. Our guest's
Mhm.
book title alone deserves an award for honesty and relatability. We have Rebecca Garner here, author of Why Won't My Boobs Grow and Other Annoyances. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for coming on to our little segment here. Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us more about you and your book.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here and for the kind words.
Garb.
Yes, I'm Rebecca Garner. I'm a coming of age author of Why Won't My Boobs Grow and Other Annoyances. And there's a second book as well in the series called Dear Boyfriend and Other High School Dilemmas.
Oh.
And yeah, I
Yeah.
am a fellow weirdo and young adult author. I like to humbly compare my writing to Judy Blume, very much that lighthearted, relatable coming of age.
I know. I'm like, where was this when my oldest was younger?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm a former middle school teacher. And so
Oh,
when I left, I was like, okay, like I still, I wanted to write and I had this like character in my brain. And I was like, you know what? Like I want to write something that helps this age group specifically, like these teenage girls
Yeah.
feel seen. Because there I'm not going to go off on the tangent,
Yeah.
but like I just feel like the age group is really sort of forgotten. And I think like,
Mhm.
intentionally sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to remember being 13,
Yeah.
but they're still living it. So
well, and it's so true. And this is like I can totally understand it just from. So Miranda and I are both teachers as well. Miranda teaches middle school, and I am a preschool teacher. And just for like a small example, if you are at a different school or you're just experiencing life or whatever. So we always say that the middle school age is always forgotten, even like in school, because so I think we have like 600 and something kids K through 12 at our school. And the middle school is with the high school in the building, and like the middle school is literally always forgotten. So when you said that, I was like, hey, that's kind of funny because we're going through that. Like, we don't have middle school dances. They don't get to they're stuck in between like the elementary world and the high school world.
Mhm.
They're not mature enough for high school, but they're too mature for elementary, like in celebrations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same for us even because I work online and it's the same thing. Like elementary
Yeah.
is always getting all the support because like you want to set them up for success. So it's important.
Mhm.
And then for high school, it's like you need the credits to graduate. You have to do this. We need to make sure that you're set up and ready to go. But middle school is like, okay, where's the support? Like we want
We're
growth.
just
And
floating
this is
around here.
yeah, and this is the time that like there's so much other growth besides just educational
Mhm.
growth that really just needs
Mhm.
all that support. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We get the short
Well,
end of the
that's why
stick a
we have
lot.
you here. Yeah. Okay, Rebecca, here we go with our fun questions. Before we dive into the fun questions, can you give our listeners a quick elevator pitch for Why Won't My Boobs Grow and Other Annoyances?
Yes, absolutely. So, I Want My Boobs Grow follows our main character, Emma Bishop, who is just your average teenage girl. And it's written diary style. So, it's all of her thoughts and
Ooh, I love it.
feelings as she navigates being a teenage girl. Boys, it's fights with her friends. And of course, she's wondering if her boobs are ever going to grow.
I love it.
Love it. That's the
That was
perfect
a great elevator
pitch.
pitch.
I know.
Thank you. I have practiced it many a time. That's my pitch I give, like when I'm doing vendor fairs or I'm at Barnes and Noble or anything like that. So
Perfect.
I've done it a few times.
Got it down. Yeah.
I know. Sold.
Yes, definitely. All right. Well, your title is Laugh Out Loud Iconic. It grabs your attention. Was that the first title that you came up with, or did it take some trial and error to decide that was going to be the one?
It was definitely not the first title. I think when I was drafting, it just said Emma's Notes at the top. Um, I have a hard time with titles. I'm working on the third book right now, on the second draft of it. No title. Still no title. Like I'm at the third act, still no title. It's hard following up Why Don't My Boobs Grow
Yeah.
because it is so iconic, if I may say so
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But no, and I knew though when I was writing it, I wanted her to really be worried about her boobs because that's how I was as a teenager. That was one of the things, like,
Yeah.
I obsessed over
Yeah.
as a
Mhm.
teenager. So I knew that that was kind of one of the, bigger themes in the book, and I don't remember exactly coming up with it, but when I did, I was like, "Okay, people are either, like, really gonna love this or gonna be like, 'You are so weird.'" So,
Like,
here we
yes,
are.
both.
I went for it.
Yeah, I think it's perfect, and I
You
mean,
know.
what 13-year-old girl isn't weird during that time? So having a title that
Um,
fits that is brilliant, like, it's perfect. I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
Yeah. No, I think it's literally sorry, my daughter just brought me coffee.
What an angel.
I don't
Surprise!
know. Speaking of,
What?
well, she's 14,
Goes in
but
the screen.
Well, so was Emma. Emma's 14, actually.
beautiful, perfect. Yeah, Zoe, I found a book for you. She doesn't read. She
What?
doesn't read.
Yeah, that's
Thank
true.
you. Well, to be fair, we've had this conversation and I think it's totally weird. She has like no imagination. She says that when she like reads a book, it's just like words on a page. Like she doesn't play it like a movie or like see the scenes in her head.
Wow.
It's just blank in her head. And I'm like, "Girl, did I like raise you wrong or like what?" And I was thinking back about it. Like we did some research out she just told us like what was it, like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that long
And
ago.
we were doing like some research on it and like kids who like I don't even remember what it's called, but they don't even like play make believe when they're younger. And Zoe never
Mm.
did that. So
Oh,
it's weird. And I'm like, "Oh no, I like play it like a movie." And my oldest is a
yeah.
big reader. And she plays it like a movie.
Yeah,
And so yeah, little side notes about my 14-year-old.
you just can't visualize.
So weird. And I'm like, "Huh." Like
Interesting.
I don't know. So then we started asking her, like, when you see, like, the months of or when you picture the months of the year, do you, like, flip them like a calendar, or are they, like, in a list, or are they, like she goes, "I don't picture them, mom." I'm like, "Okay, well, never mind."
Never mind. Moving on.
Your brain is
Yeah.
different than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do this." Like, it doesn't and we all of us are big readers besides Zoe, and Zoe, like, it's weird. I don't know. She's weird.
She's
Peeking at
unique.
me through the doorway.
She's unique. We love
Yeah, she's
her.
Okay, back to our questions and not about my daughter. Puberty is awkward for everyone, of course, but somehow reading about it makes it feel less scary. What part of being a teen was the hardest for you, and did you sneak that into your main character?
Yes, short answer. So much of my teenage self is in Emma. She's very much inspired by my teenage self. And yeah, I think one of the biggest things for me was self confidence, specifically like super flat chested, this just gangly little thing. And all my friends were getting these curves and boobs and,
Mhm.
kissing boys. And I was just over here like, hello.
Yep.
That was definitely one of my biggest struggles. The other thing that I specifically gave to Emma, so sorry, Emma, that came from me was blushing. I looked at a boy and my whole face turned red.
That was
It
Miranda.
My
Yep.
emotions were all over my face and it was so embarrassing, obviously. So that is something that I passed on to her.
Yeah. I
That's
was
fun.
like that too, but I would try to turn it into like an angry face to try to make it so it was like, nope, you
Mhm.
didn't see anything. I'm just over here being like RBF pretending. I don't have RBF, but I
No.
tried to look like I had.
I'm thinking about the one time on the bus when somebody we asked you or something if you liked this boy and like you instantly like put your shirt over your head
I
and you
don't
were like,
even
"What?"
remember. I was always embarrassed, always.
What?
Yeah.
Same.
Very sensitive. I didn't want anybody
Mhm.
bringing any attention to it at all. Like, just don't
Mhm.
even say anything. Yeah.
And then she had me as a sister who would be like, "Miranda's embarrassed."
Yeah. And she was boy crazy. This was like the complete opposite. It was, yeah, it was interesting. Yeah. All right.
Sisters are fun.
Yeah. That is true. If your main character could text you right now, what would she say?
What a fun question. When did your boobs grow?
Yeah. It's like those conversations with your past self. Like, did you get to this point? Are you with this person? Like, are you happy now? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, well,
like
that's
it.
immediately where I went, is
Yeah.
what would my teenage self want to know?
Mm-hmm.
As a teenager, wrote a letter to myself, like 8 to 18. I didn't open it though. My mom lost it for a while, so I didn't open it till
Oh,
I was like, my early 20s.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was, all those are you still friends with this person?
yeah.
Are you her?
Mhm.
You know, have you had sex? Like all of these things. It was
yeah.
so thin.
We had to do that for history with Mrs. Lamphere. Was that her name? We had to make a time capsule. And I don't think I
Fun.
think I just took it home, like, because we got it the year, so we did it freshman year, and I think that we got it like our senior year, and we were supposed to wait like 5 more years, and I think I just opened it, and it was,
You can't wait for
uh,
anything.
I'm terrible. But I think that would be so cool that, like, if I still had that letter, I think it'd be so cool to like, go back. And I think we had to pick like 3 friends
Yeah.
and have them write letters to us.
That's cool.
That's cool. I'm like thinking I should have my kids do that.
Yeah, that's
Save
awesome.
it for them. That's a good idea. I like that.
That's a good idea.
What a cool experience.
Well, thanks, Rebecca, for the good ideas.
I know. Yeah. Kids, you have homework.
So this book sounds super lighthearted, but it also feels like a warm hug for young readers figuring out who they are. Did you set out to write something funny first, or was it comforting first?
I don't know why I'm thinking so hard about this. I think comforting. The first scene I ever wrote, I'm sorry that took me so long to answer.
No,
I
that's
think
exciting.
comforting, though, the first scene I wrote takes place towards the beginning of the book, and Emma has a zit on her nose and gets made fun of for it because she has to give a presentation. And that was inspired by something that similar that happened to me. And that was my jumping off point was I know like I wanted it to be relatable, to be comforting for teenage girls to read this and say, oh my gosh, it's not just me. I'm not the only one. So, and then sometimes, I think I'm funny. So
Yeah.
just,
Well,
I
humor
mean,
brings
look at the
comfort.
title alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would say you're pretty funny, and I haven't even read it yet.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
She can join our funny club.
There you go.
thank you. I'm honored.
Yes. Shirts for everything. All occasions.
Sure.
Well, please tell my sister that I'm funny because my sister's always claiming that she's funnier than me. So, Rachel, if you're listening, I hope you're hearing this.
Miranda
We will
tells me
make
all the
sure you
time that
have the
I'm
link
funny.
to share it. Yeah. We're going to make sure Rachel hears it. Oh gosh. Okay, well let's say Judy Blume, Meg Cabot, and Rebecca Garner are all sitting at a table. What snack is everyone bringing and what are you gossiping about?
What a table. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm bringing the crunchy potato chips, like the kettle
Oh,
chips.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're my favorite. That's
Me
my
too.
after my kids go to bed snack.
Yeah.
They're my
Not very
favorite. There's
quiet,
nothing
but it works.
Meg Cabot, I feel like I have nothing to base this on except the Princess Diaries. I just changed my mind. She's bringing M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
And Judy Blume's just bringing some popcorn because she's here for the show. And we are gossiping about our teenage selves, our embarrassing moments, and laughing at our teenage selves.
I love
Great
Judy Blume.
answer.
Yeah, such a fun question.
I want to
Well,
join.
I
Yeah.
also-
Yeah,
I know.
can I be at the table?
Can we sit at the cool kids table?
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're definitely invited.
Nice.
I wish that I got into Judy Blume when I was younger, but I wasn't a reader when I was younger. But now that I'm older, I'm like, would it be weird if I like read Judy Blume?
Not at all.
Oh, absolutely. Mm.
Because I was actually thinking about that the other day. I walked by them at the library at school, and there was like a whole shelf, and I'm like, hey. I was like, I never actually read those. I think that I need to read them.
You absolutely should. Just as long as we're together is my favorite. I always say too, YA and coming of age stories are for everybody.
Right.
They're
Mhm.
universal experiences. Even my husband read Why Won't My Boobs Grow when
Oh.
when I published it, and he comes upstairs and he was like, listen, I knew you wrote a book. He's like, but I didn't expect to enjoy this book written for teenage girls as much as I did. It's because of that reason that, these
Yeah.
are being embarrassed, having zits, having an awkward first kiss. These are all things that everybody goes through.
Yeah.
So,
true.
yeah, Ashley, read the Judy Blume.
Yeah, read the
Okay,
Judy
I'm gonna
Blume.
go get them.
Do
But
it.
the problem is I have to have all of them before I read them.
Gosh, that's a bad habit to have with Judy Blume. It's gonna be
Just saying.
expensive.
Sounds like a husband problem, not a me problem. Just saying.
Oh gosh. You're funny.
You know, my birthday's coming up, Brian. I need the whole
True.
Judy Blume collection.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Perfect.
Okay. So YA readers love cringe moments. Was there a scene in this book that made you personally cringe when you wrote it, but you knew it like had to stay?
Yes, there is. Emma has her first kiss in this book, and it made me cringe writing it, and it made me cringe when I lived it. I'm sure you're
Oh,
seeing a pattern here. A lot of my experiences at the time inspired Emma's, but Emma has her first kiss, and I don't know that anyone has a pleasant first kiss,
yeah.
right? But what makes Emma's even worse is that the boy she's about to kiss calls it French kissing and is like, "Do you want a French kiss?" She's like, "What? Not if you call it that."
Like, what makes it French?
Why? How old are you? 57? What?
Oh my gosh.
There's no foot popping going on in that instant.
No foot popping happening there for
You
sure.
remind me, Miranda, of the story that Brian just told us of Dean.
Yeah.
So my son, this is a lot about my kids today. I'm sorry.
We love kids. I love kids.
My son, well, my husband was listening to the Ruthless Boys Zodiac Academy in the car the other day, and my 8-year-old son was playing Minecraft on my husband's phone. And my husband thought it was a safe time that he could listen to the book.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden it was like, I'm not going to go into detail because we're on a YA interview, but there was like an inappropriate scene happening and they started to kiss and my son goes, "Oh no, she's getting pregnant. She's throwing up tomorrow." So maybe we were like, maybe that's why he like doesn't have because all of his friends at school have girlfriends. And I'm like, maybe that's why he doesn't have a girlfriend because he thinks that if he kisses her or touches her, that she's going to be pregnant
he's
tomorrow.
too little, Ash.
Well, no, I would totally agree. Like, if he came home and said he'd have a girlfriend, I'd be like, no, you don't, sir. You're
Right?
8. But I just think it's funny. Like all of his friends are like, oh yeah, me and so are dating. I've got 7 girlfriends now. And then there's my cute little adorable Dean who's like, she's getting pregnant. She's puking tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. I love
He'd say
it.
the funniest
Love it.
stuff. Oh my goodness.
He's
hilarious.
pretty funny.
He is pretty funny. He says some pretty wild things sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, so we obviously know that you're nailing the humor in this book. If your book suddenly got a dark thriller style plot twist halfway through, what do you think it would be?
Oh gosh. Rebecca's eyeballs.
I know.
She's like,
I am loving these questions. I have never been asked questions before. I love them. I mean, I don't know if this is like the obvious answer, but Emma's best friend, she gets in this fight with one of her best friends.
I like
gone.
it. I don't think that was obvious at all.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
there you
is
go.
plot
Well, I just
twist and a
like the
half.
murder of it all,
Right?
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
that was a good one. And I like how you're like subtle but not subtle. Like,
Subtle, but you know exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
oh yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I liked it though, because even though you could have like added a whole different, like you could have added like a whole nother section of the book and made up your own. You're like, oh no, there was a fight.
And it just evolved from there. Yeah, we're not just crossing out the yearbook picture. We're taking it to a whole nother level.
But you know what I did just realize though is I did that and I did the sound, but this is a podcast, so if you're listening, I like dragged my finger across my neck.
Nice.
Yeah. Now
you know it's a good
if you
interview.
didn't
We're
know,
gonna
now
try.
you know.
Now
Yeah.
you know what I
Now you know.
meant.
If you couldn't get it the first time.
I did the sound effect, so at least there was
Yeah.
that. But
Oh my gosh. That was a good answer. Okay, so I know this one's 100% true for me. Music often shapes teenage years because if you were a teenager and you weren't like living with your music, I don't know what kind of human you were.
Right.
If you had to make a soundtrack for this book, what would be the number 1 song?
this is not where I thought the question was going. I thought you were going to ask me who like was the soundtrack of my youth, which was the Backstreet Boys, obviously.
Oh.
Now I need to know that one
I
too.
mean, they're still relevant. You could pick Backstreet Boys.
That is true. So I did do a soundtrack for the second book in the series, and the song that I often use for that is the When Emma Falls in Love by Taylor Swift. Because
Oh,
she released it was the vault track, and I was like, "Excuse me, did
right?
you release this for me? For
Yeah.
my books?" I would say that that's what is coming to mind. I will think way too hard about this, and then I'll come up with a better answer. Um, Approximately 1:42 a.m. Uh,
Well, I have insomnia, so you know our email.
Yeah, email away.
Because now I have to
but
know.
when I was doing, like, I have just like a bop playlist for Emma, and it was a lot of 90s pop music
Yeah.
and things. So
Yeah.
Can I just say that it's super weird? Like when we were young and we were like our parents were in the car listening to like their music, it was like, oh my gosh,
I
not this old
know.
music. But now like our music is still popular.
I
Yes,
know.
that's because our generation is the best. We had the best
Yes,
of
that's what I was.
everything.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Is we have superior music taste.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Although we did
My
go to the
daughter's
grocery store yesterday and we walk
uh-oh.
in and NSYNC was playing over the thing and I'm like lip syncing it and my 13-year-old looks at me and she's like, "Mom, please don't. That's old people music." I'm like, "No, you didn't. You
I
did
was
not."
I was vibing at the grocery store like a week ago, and I'm doing my thing. I'm vibing in the aisle, and I'm like, I'm at the grocery store.
I
Oh
always
no!
do
Oh,
I always do the line dance to what is it, Shivers by Ed Sheeran? Is that what it is?
Yeah. That
Yeah, because it came on my TikTok and then like, I got weird into watching it all the time. And normally, like, there's somebody always with me, and I'm like jumping and like doing the thing, and they're like, "Mom, please stop," and I'm like, "No," and like singing along, and they're like, "Oh my gosh," and I'm like, "Yep, that's your mom. You're welcome."
yeah.
Sorry, sorry, not sorry.
I always think like if TikTok were a thing when we were younger, Ashley would have gone nuts. Because she had the dances before the dances were a thing. Like,
I
do you
did.
have like the home videos of doing like the
my
dance
gosh.
made up in your bedroom?
Yes,
Mhm.
all the time. All the time. Yeah.
What I
Yeah,
would give to have that, you
Yeah.
yeah.
know?
I know.
Video
I was
evidence.
pretty. Oh, you can find them. Go ahead. I don't care. Blow them up. Put me
You should
on a
do it.
billboard.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
scrolling
God.
through my Instagram trying to see what kind of music I use on my Why Don't My Boobs Grow
Posts.
because I'm still testing. I of course I can't find anything. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I just wanted to know why I was looking.
That's okay. We'll
Right.
stalk you later. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll start
We'll
you.
figure it
And
out.
feel free to email us at 1:30 in the morning. We don't care.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're cool with
Mhm.
updates. Um, if your teenage self could read this book, how do you think she would react?
Does she know that grown up her wrote it?
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm gonna say yes because I feel like that's the best like way
And
for
you
the
write the
question.
questions you
I
can add on
Yeah.
hope
to it.
that she would think it's cool. So I guess it's not like my daughter. Like I assume that my daughter will someday be like, "Oh my god, this is so embarrassing, mom." I hope that my teenage self would be like, "We did that? That's
Yeah.
amazing."
Yeah. Look at
And
you
I would
go.
hope because truly I dedicated Why Don't My Boobs Grow to my teenage self
That's
because
cool.
it is the kind of book I wish that I had had
Yeah.
then. Like I mentioned, just wanting to feel seen and understood and loved is all I wanted back then. So
Mhm.
I hope that it would give her that too.
And all we had was chicken soup for the teenage soul.
Yeah. It wasn't bad though. Just
I mean, they were great. And we had Judy Blume.
true.
But
Oh yeah.
it
I didn't get to read it.
was such a small selection though, too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You go into other areas and there's tons of other books. I mean, like, not
Right.
that there's not options. No, there's
Yeah.
Judy Blume and there's Sarah Dessen and Meg Cabot. Like, there are so many wonderful authors, but I
Yeah.
do feel like it's not as prevalent
Yeah.
today. Your average regular girl going
Yeah.
through life.
Man, I forgot
I
about
like it.
Sarah Dessen. I need to write that down because she was one of my favorite authors growing up. And you
She
said it, I
was.
was like, light bulb.
The queen.
Yes.
Miranda's like, I'm writing that one down for later.
Well, 'cause I'm one of your typical millennials, like read all the time as a kid, and then when you get to college, you just stop. And then I picked it up like a year ago. So now remembering all the authors that I used to love, because of course I don't have my books anymore from when I was younger. Somebody says something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember now. It's like
Mhm.
like Dory. It just light bulb.
Hope you're like this, but I'm a relatively voracious reader. I also like went through like a big lull, but I read something and I read it pretty quickly. Couldn't a week later couldn't tell you anything
That's
about it.
me.
That's Ash.
But mine's not normally a week. It's like a day. Like as soon as I close the book, it's gone.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big reader at all, though. That was Miranda. Miranda would sit there, and so she would buy all the Harry Potters, and she would read it. And then when she was done with that one, like I took that book, and then she'd read the next one. Because I think we kind of discovered Harry Potter kind of late. Not late,
You
late,
did.
but later.
Not me.
Whatever. You had a couple books on back order.
I pre-ordered
back
them.
order.
Yeah.
Like on the shelf. Anyway, and I don't even remember where I was going with that. But I wasn't a big reader.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that I wasn't.
But I read a lot. A lot.
I used to make fun of Miranda because she could like zoom through it. And she's like, what part are you on? I'm on chapter 2. Will you read quicker? 3 days later, what chapter are you on? Chapter 4.
Yeah. Well, I needed someone to talk to about it. And like, we didn't have this back then. You couldn't just like
I don't know.
go on the internet and chat with people about books. It wasn't a thing.
If you did, you'd probably end up kidnapped.
it was a lot different back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Rebecca, our favorite time of our podcast. Are you ready? It is time for the lightning round. Answer as fast as you can, and the number one rule is no overthinking.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
I know. We always add in our 2 cents too, so it never really turns into
Yeah,
a lightning round.
It's fine.
Team braces or team acne?
oh, braces.
Me too. Me too. Most embarrassing school dance song.
The only song I can think of is "Complicated" by Avril Lavigne, but it's not. It's not embarrassing.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was.
Yep.
I think the one that sticks out to me is like P.D. Pablo.
Thinking.
Yes, that one was horrible.
When all the guys
Whoa.
are taking off their shirts.
Yes, and then
Yep,
all the
swinging them
teachers were like,
around.
no, you can't do that.
Go to teen snack.
Even those Pringles.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
Me too.
Most dramatic thing that you did in high school.
I did cut my own bangs.
Mm.
That was a dramatic one.
Did they turn out good dramatic or bad dramatic?
No, they were pretty bad. I was really pleased. They were like side bangs, but like I have a colic.
Ooh.
Well, they were just like right here. And they were, super blunt, just like at my, ear.
Mine was the boy I dated.
That tracks. That tracks.
There was one time actually that just triggered a memory for me. There was this one time I was dating a boy and he wasn't a great boy. And I decided I had an inkling he was going to break up with me. So I was like, no, I'm going to break up with him first. And there's this big like main staircase where like 2 sets of stairs like came down and I confronted him on the meeting level of the stairs. And I was like, we're done. And then I think I pushed him a little bit.
Yeah. Get
So-
it, girl.
Yes, movie
That's
star
the most
moment.
dramatic.
I love it.
Did you like fling your hair and like strut away too?
Probably. And then I like strutted off.
Yeah. See what you're missing?
You're lost.
Me and this dude, literally, the way we started dating, what was it, sophomore year? Is we were in PE class and I was hurt. And like somehow we got on the subject about who he would date. And then I don't even know, we were talking about it and he goes, so are we? And I'm like, and I hated this dude. And I was like, oh, he goes, so we're a boyfriend and girlfriend now. And that was it. And we dated for a while. His mom still loves me till this day and is very, very mad that we broke up.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself about that one.
I'm sad about the mom. I'm not sad about the boy.
Fair enough.
I love his mom.
It was a great beginning. So
We're destined to be with that beginning.
Oh my gosh.
Celebrity crush back in the day.
Brian Luttrell from the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Also Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter.
Should have seen my room, Rebecca. I had a shrine.
She did. She did. She would
Literally
buy those
crying.
magazines and just paste them
I
everywhere.
cut out around their faces, and my walls were a
Oh.
collage.
Yes.
All of it.
Oh my gosh. Iconic.
I probably could have been a stan if I really wanted to.
Probably. Oh gosh. Okay, last one. What's one annoyance that still follows you into adulthood?
The acne. I am 36 years old. Like, you can see, I know listeners, you can't, thank goodness. You can see
Never, you're beautiful.
it on my face. And it is not the only one I have, right? I am 36.
37.
It's so unfair.
I never really got pimples when I was younger, so I don't really
Okay.
deal with that
You're
now,
not,
but
you can't be
But you got the
responsible for
braces,
that.
so.
I did have braces for I had them for an extra year than normal. Like, I had braces for 3 years, thick glasses. It's okay. I feel your pain. I still have the thick glasses. Why?
That's what you get for the perfect skin and the perfect eyebrows
Just
and the
had
no
these
mental
shots.
health issues. I always make a joke that when we were being created, okay, I'm going to make this inclusive, whoever's person you believe in the sky or
Mhm.
wherever said, okay, Ashley's parents are going to create Ashley. We're going to put everything into Ashley because they're not going to have another child. Okay. So we're throwing everything into Ashley, the mental health, all of the stuff. And then boom, a year and a half, there's Miranda, and they go, oh, well, we gave it all to Ashley. We don't have anything else left. I tell my dad that all the time, and he laughs because it's
Yeah,
so true.
it's true.
Tells me all the time, he goes, that sounds about right. Thanks, Dad. Love you too.
Amazing.
He's probably going to watch this later. Thanks. Oh, Rebecca, we had so much fun. Thank you so much for laughing with us, sharing your book and your stories. Listeners, you can grab Why Won't My Boobs Grow and Other Annoyances now. Rebecca, before we go, can you tell everybody where they can find you and your amazing books and everything, Rebecca?
Yes, absolutely. I'm on social media at Rebecca Garner _author. Instagram and TikTok is where I mostly hang out. And then my website is Rebecca Garner author.
Easy peasy.
Easy
I'm so
peasy.
excited.
I like
Like
to be
it.
consistent.
I love it when
everybody's
people are
like-
consistent with their handles. It
Yeah.
makes life so much easier.
She says it all the time. This person has the same Instagram and TikTok handle. They
Yeah.
get my gold star of the day.
Amazing.
Wear it loud and proud.
Right? Yeah.
Until next time, you guys, keep on laughing, keep on sharing, and see you on the next one.
See ya.